Hello ladies and gentlemen, welcome to my channel. So finally I've got my new bike and I'm very happy with the purchase. So I have recently done this purchase and I bought this bike on 19th March 26. It's not even a month completed. So this bike is basically a fantastic piece of machine. So I was first thinking of Kawasaki Z900, and before that I was planning for SP 1000 Hornet by Honda. But all those machines, like, I did not feel that it'll be a value for money, because very few number of bikes are there, and the resale value, and after that reliability issues, parts availability issues, everything was haunting me. So I spoke to Kawasaki Kolkata regarding the new Z900, and the difference between this Z900 and Z1100 was almost 1 to 1.5 lakh rupees. So which I personally felt it was not worth putting that much money to buy that bike, because the power bump was also not that much. This is 125 bhp and that is around 134 to 35 ish. So I'm very happy with this purchase, and after thinking of, after almost booking Honda SP 1000 Hornet, I have dropped down all those plans, and then finally I got this beauty. This is the Z900 2026 edition, and the best edition on this particular model and update, I must say that the E20 compliant engine it is. And I am super very happy, because now I am totally relaxed and I need not to worry at all for the E20 damage inside the fuel lines, because we all know that E20 fuel catches moisture. So whenever we keep the fuel inside the fuel tank for a longer period of time and we don't ride it, there is a possibility that it catches moisture, and then it might ruin your fuel lines and the pump and things like that. So now I'm out for a small ride, and I have completed around 450 kilometers till today, and I am very happy. I'm getting an average of around 16.1 kilometers per liter, and I'm riding it very smoothly and very politely, because it has not completed its initial 1500 kilometers. So I'm keeping the rev below 5000 to 6000 rpm. Sometimes I'm giving a burst and then again deaccelerating, so that it gets smooth out with time. And then I'll change the first engine oil, first service, and then I'll try to rev it a little bit more. But then again guys, it's a request from my side to all of you that please ride safely, because we know that Indian road conditions are not that great that we can ride at the speed of 240, 250 or 300 kilometers per hour. So ride safely guys. So now I'll show you my bike and I'll explain what all changes are there. So firstly, the front look is totally changed. It seems narrow, but this bike is not at all narrow. It's rugged guys. The shrouds, these are the new additions. These are the aluminium design shrouds, and it's very sturdy. So the most important change in this 2025 or 2026 edition is the switch gears. These are just like the ZX-10R's one, and the speedo console is totally new. The way it starts is fantastic. It gives you the feel of the Maverick movie. See this, the lean angle sensor. And this bike has a cruise control, and then 3 riding modes: rain, sport, road and sport, with a custom setting option, that is a rider edition. And the rear section looks brilliant. I try to switch on the lights for you so that you can understand how the rear tail lamp looks now. Yeah, it gives you the old vibes of the Augusta bikes, if you can connect it. Exhaust is same. Rear suspension is fully adjustable again with the rebound. After you can spring load and everything. And here is a small nut which you can rotate counterclockwise to make it softer and clockwise to make it harder. So the front brakes are again now radially mounted. It was not radially mounted before, and the disc is again different. It's no more the pedal disc. It is a round disc, but the braking is really good. Nissan brakes are performing damn well. There are many people who says that the Nissan brakes are not that up to the mark. We can see in the smaller capacity bikes, but guys, let me tell you, this bike is not cheap anymore. पहले होता था 10 लाख में आ जाता था, but now it is almost 12 plus on road in West Bengal. If you buy a good quality insurance and adding the road tax, it is almost 12 plus, more than 12 of course. And then if you buy the Kawasaki Care like I did, it is almost crossing 13 lakhs. And on top of that, there is another expenditure which you all might have missed. That is, it is no more two-seater, it is a single-seater edition, and you have to purchase a new seat. Then only you will get the foot pegs. This is totally empty. So once you buy this rear seat, then only you will be getting the rear set of foot pegs and all. And it is not cheap, guys. It is not at all cheap. So you have to shell out good amount of money to own this bike now. And most importantly, I'll try to show you few small changes. Like these are the engine mount bolts. So any frame slider, it gets fitted here. So the problem now in this bike is that they are using a nut thread pattern of 1.25 thread pitch. So that nut is totally new, and if you try to find that nut, you will not at all find it. And especially 140mm nut or 150mm long nut, it is impossible to find, guys. So that is a big trouble. So I am waiting for a Kawasaki shroud or frame slider, so that I need not to worry about the fitting or the insurance issues or the warranty issues, anything of that sort. But after a good search, I got a good radiator guard. And to install radiator guards, you have to remove these shrouds. Then only you can actually bolt it on properly. So I have used the bolts properly, and I have used silicone spacers also and the washers, so that it absorbs the vibration and it doesn't get touched. It doesn't touch the radiator grill. And to remove this particular area, you can put your key and just open it. Very easily it comes out. The quality of fit finish is really good, guys. It's amazing. This is just my initial impression. And see, it's E20, and you have to put 95 octane, like X95 only, not below that. You can run, but then it's not advisable. Now I'll just start and give some smooth revs. Oh, 605 kilometers I've done. For you all on the ride experience. I clicked few videos while riding, so I'll try to add those videos here so that you can enjoy. And trust me, guys, it's very smooth, it's amazing. I love this bike, and very nimble. And this bike has actually changed a lot. It has evolved because front suspension is now again adjustable, and very important change is the engine. Firstly, it's E20 compliant, and then the cam profiles. The camshafts have been tuned again. The timings have been fiddled with. Kawasaki have done a great thing by actually touching the timing part of this bike, so that they can make this bike E20 compliant, as well as amazingly performance oriented in the low range, and then the mid, and then the top end. Like, they have not sacrificed anything. The top end is ballistic as it was. It is, I feel it is even more right now. So guys, it's really good. I'm really enjoying. And even if you are buying this bike for the first time, guys, always try to be slow and steady while giving the acceleration to the full, because it easily pops up wheelies. And especially, I would suggest try to ride this bike in rain mode when you're starting, and then when you get comfortable, then you can convert to road or sports, whatever, guys. So always try to be comfortable, and then only ride this bike. And yeah, one more thing which I forgot: the frame. The frame is again lift up. It is lifted up. The subframe, like I'll show you. From this particular point till here, the subframe is lifted and it's new. This they have done to give you a sportier feel. Like when you sit here, you are inclined towards front, and this handlebar is also very new. This is a new one, and even the mirrors, everything. So I hope you enjoyed this small video, and I'll be updating you with this bike. And abhi tak number bhi nahi hua, guys. And I love this bike. Look at the look of the bike, the color. It looks like a Cobra kind of vibe. So thanks for watching, guys. I'll try to keep posting you with the with my rides and things like that, with the updates I do with the frame sliders, which one I go for. Like I'll go for Kawasaki frame sliders or Puig version 2. Let me see. I feel I'll go with Kawasaki once only, and I have to order few other things to make this bike complete ride ready.